reason why there's silence and I don't speak, one way of putting it is, the reason why I don't speak for a while is because I don't know what to say. Potentially, that could be a very uncomfortable state. If I don't know what to say and I'm looking for something to say, it becomes uncomfortable. When I don't know what to say and think I should know, that's uncomfortable. I don't know what to say and feel bad about not knowing what to say, it's very stressful. But to be comfortable with not knowing is a state of creativity and depth. And then you have access to a deep knowing. And that's not just the case with a spiritual teacher, it applies to you. You're also a teacher. To become comfortable with not knowing. Then by itself a deeper knowing arises out of that, when the not knowing is not resisted. You surrender into the state of not knowing. And it is the most beautiful state of deep inner connectedness. Then whatever needs to be known at this moment truly needs to be known, not satisfy mental curiosity or whatever. What truly needs to be known or done is known right now when it needs to be known. And there's a lot that does not need to be known. But what is truly needed is always there, out of that state, in which you seem to disappear as an existing entity that I know. And then you realize that all thought knowledge, all knowledge that's derived from thought is kind of pseudo-knowledge. Because in thought, when you call it something, you think you know. When you have a label for something, you think that's what it is. Not realizing that every label is an abstraction. Of course, it's not it. The state of not knowing, of course, is also the state, as we talked about yesterday, when you walk around or sit and perceive without interpretation, without labeling. And again, that's the state of not knowing, and yet of a deep knowing that is beyond mind. So as the awareness, the unconditioned consciousness arises, separative knowledge, which is of the mind, because every label separates you from that which you label. It becomes a barrier. That separative knowledge is replaced by a unitive, one could say, knowing, which does not separate you from that which is known. And you can see how that transforms your relationship with nature and how it transforms your relationship with other human beings. Because so far, 90% or more of human interaction has been through separative, attaching labels onto people, interpreting, judging, not realizing that every interpretation and every judgment is no more than a very limited perspective. One standpoint, one small perspective, no more. Once you know that, you no longer get deceived by the mind, and you believe that one perspective contains the truth, that one thought that you express could ever contain the truth. It is a small perspective, no more. It is a fragment, no more. So the recognition of the relativity of all thought. And we are moving towards a different kind of knowing. In which the sense of separateness does not arise. That knowing is also loving. It's one. Because love is obscured through the delusion of separateness. Love, as the realization of your oneness with all that is obscured by the labeling, interpreting, the knowing mind. Then whatever you look upon in that state of not knowing from the point of view of mind is looked upon with love, compassion. They are all aspects of that state of deep knowing that to the mind looks like not knowing at all. And you can imagine how that changes human relationships. When you can be with another human being in the state of not knowing, which either means you're totally present, totally still, allowing this form, the form that this moment takes, the form of this human being, to be completely. Or it could mean that certain thoughts still arise about that human being, who they are, that they should be doing this, should not be doing that, should know better, they are this, they are that. But thought is recognized as thought. You don't believe in it totally anymore. And you recognize it's a fragment, it's only a thought. And you allow it to pass, and then you re-enter the state of not knowing. You don't get tricked anymore by the mind